right. Ooh, I gotta exit out of this. Hold on. There we go. We got a tornado warning out there. This is over here in Kansas, south of Emporia. I've got a little bit of rotation here with this storm. Definitely a little bit there, south of Ulp. And you can see the storm has definitely got some rain rotating around something here. I got that inflow right there. The rain's wrapping around on the backside. That's what the red colors are. It's rain. And there's a little bit of rotation here, a little bit broad, but there's definitely some there. So if you live in... Well, there's not really many places to warn here, except for Ulp. Ulp, you need to be in your safe spots there. But yeah, that's what we got going on out there right now. Just monitoring here to see if there is any new updates with this storm. I'm not seeing any funnel reports or anything with this just yet. But it definitely got some rotation, so I would respect this, especially if you live just to the east of Ulp, south of Hartford, here in Kansas. Yeah, that's the latest there. We just do a couple things. I do need to, one, do an audio check on the music. Music's looking good. And then I also need to get chat up. I don't have chat up. Ooh, I also need to turn on monetization. Hold on. There we go. That. We got this. Perfect. Pop out. Awesome. Not gonna lie, I was doubting this event a little bit today. But it does seem like it's at least able to spit out some spinning thunderstorms. I still have a little bit of doubt on just how long-lived this event is going to be. As you can see, we have a lot of prefrontal convection here. We got a cold front back in this region, and that warm, moist air kind of just making it into this area. But we also have some rain-cooled air out in front of this. So it might just have a little bit of a small period of time to produce or to try to rotate and produce tornadoes here. We got a couple other cells out here, but the main thing is you probably watched my forecast today. If you're a subscriber, if you're not, if you're new, we do have a enhanced risk out there. That's a 3 out of 5, and we have a 2 out of 5 around that as well. This is Missouri, Arkansas region. Just for reference, we also got a severe thunderstorm warning out here for Woodward, Elk City, and Pampa. Also near Wichita, Hutchinson, Great Bend as well, Ottawa, Osage City, and Emporia there for Kansas. So decent little area here for those severe thunderstorm watch. Then we also have a little one over here, but this line is outside of that severe thunderstorm watch, and currently we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings with it, just some rain and some lightning as of right now, maybe some gustier winds along that line, and that should start to lose its strength here going into the later night periods. But hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. All right, let's check on the latest scan here. We do still have some rotation with this storm right now. Right there, so some broader rotation still, and some weaker rotation up there near Ulp, but a lot of that is side lobe, especially all these greens here, probably not nearly that strong. So kind of looking a little outflow dominant right now, but we're going to keep monitoring it. Also over here near Lebo, we got 70-mile-per-hour winds. Again, that raises those likelihood of some power outages here. So if you live in Olivet and Ridgeton, you need to be indoors, well away from those windows, and charging your devices there. Also Hartford, you're going to be getting the northern part of the storm, which is also packing 70-mile-per-hour winds and 1.25-inch hail. So if you live in Hartford, make sure that you are in your safe spots there. Also got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings back here in Texas and Oklahoma as well. This one is moving up to the north and east. Eventually, it's going to try to make a pass at Woodward, Oklahoma. There, it's got 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Just going to double check here to make sure we don't have any rotation on these storms. Not a whole lot there, so that's good news. Mainly just a damaging wind and hail threat with these storms. Still dangerous though, so if you live in Woodward, you need to be, preparing for the storm just in case it keeps its strength as it gets to you. Also, Shattuck, you're next in line for the storm as of right now. Coming back over here to Higgins and Canadian, Texas. Looks like those are the only cities in this area. So it's 1.5 inch hail and 60 mile-per-hour winds are pretty much right on top of you there. And also, yeah, it looks like the very last little bit, we're going to have to wait for some of these severe thunderstorm warnings to extend, like this one near Woodward and this one north of Pampa. And this one near Canadian and Higgins is something that we're going to have to kind of just wait until, like, I mean, if you live south of Higgins and east of Canadian, there are some cities in here. Okay. Dreyfus also needs to be indoors and well away from those windows, as we got some big hail, or some decent sized hail of 1.5 inch hail there. But the main story here is this tornado warning just to the south of Emporia. And again, that is still got a little bit of rotation there. Looks like this velocity is a little bit out in front of the storm, so that very well, this new area of rotation could very well be here. Gonna have to wait, though, to see whether or not this is gonna line up. Still not seeing a debris ball as of right now, and in terms of reports of anything happening on the ground, we're also not seeing that at this moment. No reports of funnels either. I do kind of want to check on Twitter really quick to see if anything pops up there. Remember pins. Are my pins not on? Let me turn that on. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Hello, CEO Core. Welcome. You live in Ulp. Well, Rusty Games, you got pretty close to this storm, but you are on the more safe side when it comes to where the rotation is. You're on the back side of this storm as of right now. But I still wouldn't go outside. Definitely still some strong winds and potentially some hail up to 1.25 inches. What's the scoop today? We got a little 5% out there for portions of Missouri and northern Arkansas. And that is for a 5% of tornadoes. Right there, you can see we also got so there's that 5%. That is going to be for Joplin, Carthage, Springfield, Ozark, West Plains, Poplar Bluff, Lebanon, St. Robert, Rolla, and Jefferson City, and Sedalia there for that in Missouri. Then also in extreme northern Arkansas, we got Piggott, Pocahontas, and Cherokee Village, or just to the north of Cherokee Village there. Have that little 5%. Definitely interested to see what happens as this line of storms interacts with this little boundary here of rain cooled air, though. Also, Miami there in Oklahoma and Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Girard, Oswego, Columbus, Parsons, Independence, Coffeyville, Humboldt, Lola, and Garnett there in Kansas. But yeah, so that's the, I wouldn't say that's the main risk. The main risk is going to be those damaging winds. But we also have a little 2% out there as well, extending all the way from north or from southern Minnesota down into the southeast. We also got 30% here in the red for damaging winds. Got a 15% in the yellow for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and or higher, and then a 5% around that. And then we got some hail risk as well. In the yellow, we got a 15%, and in the brown, we got a 5% there. Yeah, that's the latest on these storms. Yeah, seems like the main area that kind of seems like it's becoming a little bit outflow dominant here. But we do still have a little bit of a rotation right in that region, south and east of Ulp. Again, this is in Kansas. Here, just to the south of Emporia. This is a tornado warning with still no reports just yet that this thing is on the ground at this very moment. Overland Park, Kansas. Let me look for you. Overland Park, Kansas. Yeah, Overland Park, Kansas is going to be is about to be overtaken by this outflow boundary. So we're not expecting anything too crazy for you guys up there. Maybe a small chance that this becomes severe, but that should go just to your north. If anything builds in between here, then you know, we'll have to watch it, I guess. But it should just mainly be wind and rain with those. OP. All right. Gotcha. Will we get a tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch? Just depends on how the environment progresses here. Again, I'm still kind of skeptical about this tornado risk. Even though we have a tornado warning right now, I'm still kind of skeptical. Just based off of the fact that we've had so much rain-cooled air in this area, the instability is going to be waning really from here into the overnight. So, you know, you really need to start at a high ceiling for the instability for that to really be able to, you know, continue for a while. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I was just going to sit here and wait until we got some sort of rotation that needed to be covered. And this one popped up. So, yeah, we'll be covering this event. Is Carthage, Missouri in the clear? No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let me check. Carthage. I don't know where Carthage is. Carthage. I'm spelling that wrong. Let me find that. Okay, no problem. No problem. Yeah, Carthage is not in the clear as of right now. Definitely need to be weather aware. And this is going to be mainly going from now until, you know, I'm probably going to be able to make it to like 12, most likely. But it's going to be going all the way into like 2 and then into the early morning hours with a damaging wind threat. It looks like they're going to extend this storm as a severe thunderstorm warning with 1 inch hail and 70 miles per hour for Burlington there. I wonder if we have any live cams on this storm. I'm not sure how many we have in Kansas. Yeah, we got some live cams near Kansas City and Wichita, but it's not really going to be helpful right now. If these storms ever make it to like the Joplin region, we have some cams in Joplin. We also have some cams in Lake Ozark. Those are actually pretty good cams out there. Hello, Grogu. How you doing? Vince is going live in 45 minutes. Really? I didn't even know he was going to go live today. What is he? Where is he at? Do we know? Let me check. So we might use him. I don't know if it's going to be financially responsible, though. Depending on where he is. Let's see. He says, live enhanced risk for severe weather. So I guess he's going to be in Missouri. It wouldn't be a bad idea to use him, would it? We'll probably use his feed. Let me just make sure this time is accurate here by giving it a good refresh. Which means we'll probably have to switch over to his feed. Or switch over to that other portion of the stream. Which will take a little bit to set up. Because I wasn't planning on setting it up. Because I didn't know Vince was out there. Didn't get any updates from him. But yeah, latest with this storm, still not seeing any area of strong rotation with it. Very broad, diffuse rotation right here. So still monitoring it. Still want everybody, you know, to the south and east of Ulp to be in their safe spots. You know, if you live approximately 11 miles to the south and east from Ulp, you need to be in your safe spots still. But other than that, we are not, or I am not seeing any dangerous rotation just yet with this storm, but we're going to keep our eye on it just in case it tries to recycle. But I am noticing this outflow boundary that seems to be shooting out in front of this thing, which is probably going to cut off that warm, moist inflow that these storms like to have. So we're going to keep an eye on it just in case, but hopefully that outflow boundary does disrupt the storm's ability to rotate and try to put down a tornado. Hunter couldn't make it to Missouri today. All right. Hello, Tex. Welcome. Yeah, all is well. Thank you. By the way, Tex, apparently people were putting their zip codes in your website, and it's not coming back with the right NWS office. So I don't know what's up with that. But I can't really tell many people about it until that's fixed. Let's see here. I will say we have had a decent clearing. Went from 72 to 83 pretty quick. Waiting to see what the NWS... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me know what that says. Hello, Georgia Granny. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. In fact, let me see if Vince is live already. He is actually already live. He's not live. He's live here, but not on YouTube yet. So, so there's not a whole lot of rotation on this storm right now, and we're waiting on the next scan here. Let's go ahead and get this up really quick. Take that off. Call him the right name. Vince Welty, the one and only. That, and then let's do this really quick. New window. There. Radar main. This, that. And then bring this sucker in. Uh-oh. Didn't do it. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Kind of. Hold on. I have to make the bottom bigger. Or, yeah. There's a freaking fruit fly, like, flying around my head right now. It's very distracting. Okay, dude. Enough. All right. Let's see. Got all that. Got everything. This. Okay, this should be good. All right. So let's go check on the latest radar update here. Yeah, still not seeing a whole lot of consolidated rotation with this, and still continuing to see that outflow boundary shoot out in front of this storm. And so far, that hasn't enhanced the rotation at all with this storm just yet. So it kind of seems like it's cutting off that inflow to me, not really helping out the storm that much. So unless something seriously changes, they're probably going to let this tornado warning expire, but we're going to keep on watching it just in case. Let's try to figure out where Vince is. Let's see here. Vince Welty, Cyclone Port. Where is he at? Oh, he's over here. He's almost already en route. Very nice. I'll take it. Didn't even know. Didn't even know. But yeah, as you can see, definitely almost zero rotation on this. Very little as of right now. Not too concerned at it still. Yeah, let's go introduce Vince to everybody. Just in case you guys don't know who Vince is a storm chaser. He is out there today, and he is in Missouri. He's going to be tracking this tornado threat on the ground. It's going to be a lot of lightning. It's going to be because once the sunlight goes away, and we start to get into the nighttime, we're going to see a lot of lightning, most likely, if these storms can continue to keep up their strength, which so far seems like it should be the way that it goes. Thank you, Devin York, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Alrighty, storm's gonna hit Overland Park. Let me see. Let me check for you there. Oh, they did extend it. Very interesting. I wonder why. Yeah, no indication of a funnel or anything. There's not a whole lot of rotation on this. Let me check it from another radar site here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of rotation on this sun. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, thank you, Devin York, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. So yeah, if you live just to the south and west of Burlington, Kansas, you need to be going to your safe spots right now. Again, a safe spot is the innermost interior room of your house with as many walls between you and the outside as humanly possible, a tornado shelter, or a basement that is underground. If you live in a mobile home, RV, or trailer, you need to be evacuating immediately and seek sturdier shelter. Yeah, they did extend this tornado warning, but as of right now, there's still no reports that it's on the ground, and there's not a whole lot of rotation on this storm right now. So we'll continue to monitor it, but hopefully nothing changes significantly. And it continues to be, an outflow dominant storm. Thank you, Chips. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, let's check Overland Park for you. Overland Park, Kansas. Yeah, Overland Park, Kansas is south and east, or south of Kansas City here. And it seems like you guys are going to kind of thread the needle with these storms. Although I am watching this one right here. That one will come pretty close to you, but it'll either go just to your south, or oops, I drew that wrong. It'll either go just to your south, just like this, or it'll upscale a little bit, and you might get, the upper portion of the storm. Yeah, you can definitely see that this outflow boundary is sinking down to the south pretty quickly, almost faster than It's sinking down to the south faster than these storms are moving to the east. So it'll be interesting to see that interaction as that comes through. Yeah, latest scan here, still seeing a little bit very weak rotation right there in that area. Still not overly concerned about it. Again, if you live just to the south, or I guess to the east or to the west and to the south and west of Burlington, Kansas, you need to still be in your safe spots. And we are in Kansas here with this storm just to the south and east of Emporia. All right, let's see what Vince is seeing here. Any hail? Yes, there is hail in that storm. 11K AMSR channel? No. All right. Let's move this radar here to down here. A little bit more of a useful area for that one. Yeah, latest scan, still not showing a whole lot of rotation with this storm just yet. No debris ball present either. Again, still a pretty outflow dominant storm. And in fact, you can clearly see that outflow where that rain cooled air is going to be working its way into that storm. And it's definitely cutting off that inflow right now. But yeah, there is some hail with this storm. It's 1-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. The biggest threat with this storm is going to be those 70-mile-per-hour winds. How long is it going to be in Illinois? No, this is not Illinois. But it will eventually make its way into Illinois or just to the south of Illinois. I still think this part of the day is still in the air. Still in the air for a lot of these areas, mainly because we did have a lot of rain-cooled air out there. Do have some thunderstorms though in Illinois right now. They're not severe, but they do have a lot of rain and lightning in them. When is it going to be? Let me check. We're going to go over the future of this storm as we wait for the latest scan here. Hey, thank you. Oops, I don't have that set up. 1 second. Let me get that set up really quick. It's just 2 buttons. There. Thank you, Laria Dupree, for the $5 donation. I do appreciate it. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Laria. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's go over the future of what this storm is going to do here. If you haven't, I also have a forecast on it. If you guys want to see it, go over to the videos tab on my channel. It's a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown of what's going to be going on for today. But over there for Illinois, you can see those storms are right there. And we'll go back to here. And those should lose instability, but the main The main thing that's coming for Illinois is this little glob of rain by 4 a.m. Now, on the southeastern side of this, near Cape Girardeau, could potentially see some, some damaging winds and some hail in there, but so it will still be a severe threat all the way through the overnight periods, going into the early morning hours, and then almost into the evening before it starts to break down by around 9 a.m. there. Yeah, I can't do that a lot just because, we do have a tornado warning. But once this expires, we can start answering a lot more questions, obviously. But yeah, latest scan here, still barely any noticeable. Actually, there's like you can't even really call this rotation at this very moment. So, very outflow dominant storm. Still not concerned about a tornado threat with it. We'll keep watching it just in case something changes. But yeah, Vince is getting closer and closer to this storm, so eventually we should have a view. My guess is that it's outflow dominant, might have a shelf cloud on it, and it's going to be elevated. Very messy, yeah. What is your risk for day 1 and day 2? Yeah, we're not going to be doing forecast right at this moment while we still have this tornado warning, so just hold your questions for a little bit. Just updated the tornado warning for what? What did they say? Yeah, really no new information that's helpful. No funnel reports or anything. I've ever had 1K people in a stream at one time. I have. Well, I think like twice. How am I doing? I'm tired. I'm tired and my voice is still struggling, but there's a lot of severe weather out there. We're going to cover this for as long as possible, though, today, if it's needed. I'm still skeptical about today's event. Do want to check on some of these other storms to make sure we're not getting any sneak attacks here. Well, actually, starting to see some gustier winds entering into northest Kansas City. Not still right under that severe level, though. Yeah, for these other storms, still not seeing too much as of right now, but we're going to keep our eyes on it. Oh, wow, thank you, Ron Yancey, for the $10 donation. I do appreciate it. And also thank you, Emily Rose, for subscribing. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Ron. Thank you. That is very helpful. Very helpful to the stream. Okay, let's see here. Let's go check back in with these severe thunderstorms. So they did extend this severe thunderstorm warning for Woodward, Oklahoma. That is going to be for 1 inch hail and 60 miles per hour going towards Woodward. So if you're in Woodward, be indoors and away from windows. Coming back over to here, we got Canadian. Not really too much of a hail threat anymore. They did downgrade that, but still has potentially up to 60 mile per hour winds in there. Let's try to see if we can... Oh, wow. Very messy radar. I would assume it's along this line of storms here. So it's still making its way towards Canadian, Clear Creek, and Gem there in Texas. And then coming over here to northeastern Texas, or northwestern Texas. I don't know why I'm getting all that messed up today. We do have this little line of storms here going towards Channing. So if you live in Channing, you got potentially up to 0.75 inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds coming your way. Does the tornado warning look concerning to me? No. Not looking concerning at all. There is zero rotation on the storm right now. It's very outflow dominant. Not looking concerning. We are looking out for reports, though. Every now and then, even though there is very small little areas of rotation, we kind of got to watch, what kind of storm mode these are going to take. Because a lot of the times, that's an indication that there isn't anything that's happening under the storm. But every now and then, you'll get a little bit lower level SRH or a vorticity. Sorry, that's what I meant to say, not SRH, but vorticity on these storms. And then it doesn't really take much. You know, on radar, it'll look like what happened over here. We had a couple tornadoes that were observed that didn't have a whole lot of rotation. But so I'm still watching out for those reports. But as of right now, what I can tell on radar, there's still not too much rotation with this storm. It's a little interesting area. I'm going to wait to see until the reflectivity goes over there. I think that's some contamination in there. Do I say the S in Illinois? I usually don't. The only time I'll say the S in Illinois is if I'm trolling. If I'm trolling at all the people in Illinois. What about Iowa? It's a small chance there for Iowa, but can't rule out a severe thunderstorm. But as of right now, it's looking pretty weak. Looking like a pretty weak event. I really do think the northern part of this severe threat, you know, has been rained out for the most part. The instability is falling, and not too much has happened just yet. But you know, if anything does happen, we will let you know. Let's go see what Vince is doing. Nice little sunset. Beautiful clouds off in the distance. But it does seem like that storm is still too far away to really discern what it's doing. In Coffee, Kansas. What are you talking about? In Coffeeville, Kansas? There's nothing happening in Coffeeville. Yeah, latest scan here, still very little rotation with this storm. So yeah, that was a little glitch, like I thought. Still no improvement on the rotation with this storm. Again, I still believe they're going to let this tornado warning expire unless something changes, which it didn't last time, right? And then the rotation continued to not be there. And we still don't have any reports, so still an outflow dominant storm. Tornado warning to the north of you. Do you live in Kansas? Springfield, Missouri, okay tonight? I hope so. I still believe that I'm still a little skeptical about today's severe weather event, but hopefully it is. But we still do have a corridor here, so this little surprise rain cooled air up here, you know, might hamper some of the severe threat up in like in this area, but there still seem to be a decent amount of instability out here for Joplin and Springfield. So definitely still need to be weather aware as we assess kind of what the initial conditions are going to be like for this event, and also how it's going to continue off into the future. It's going to take a little while for us to catch all the new patterns that are going to rise with these storms. One near Burlington. There's not a coffee near Burlington that I can see. Yes, Joplin is in that enhanced risk for today. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning up here now for this storm. 60 mile per hour winds and 0.75 inch hail. It's going to be moving down to the south and east towards Gladstone. But yeah, definitely some stronger winds in there. Noted that a little bit earlier, but it looks like there's an uptick just a little bit, just enough to get this a severe thunderstorm warning. So if you live in Kansas City, in northern Kansas City, and in central Kansas City, you do have a severe thunderstorm warning for your area. We might have a cam nearby this one, if it's working. I'll keep an eye on it. If I see anything worth noting, we'll go back over to it. But yeah, we do have a little cam here in Kansas City. All right, still waiting on that latest scan, I think. Mariam, Kansas. Let me check that out for you. Mariam is, yeah, so there is a potential for severe weather for you. There is a storm right here that should go just to the south of you, and this severe thunderstorm is going just to the north of you. So you might just get spared here as these move through. But you know, any convection happens in this region, it'll likely impact you. But as of right now, the only thing that's happening there is some lighter rain. Is the map? No, this is showing the categorical risk. So, you know, in the orange here, that is the highest risk for severe weather today. It's a 3 out of 5. And then we've got a 2 out of 5 around that in yellows. And then we got a 1 out of 5 for severe weather in the green. So the main area that we're focusing on today is going to be here for Springfield. We're also, you know, could see some stronger storms back here as well, which we've already seen. But yeah, that's what the background map means behind this every time I zoom out. Yeah, latest scan here, still not seeing any new areas of concerning rotation with this storm, and it is now officially moved outside of the tornado warning box. So we'll see. This is the time when they would extend it. Does seem like we did at least get an extension of this severe thunderstorm warning, though, for Colony, Aliceville, Leroy, Westphalia, Mont Ida. If you live in any of those cities, you need to be indoors and away from windows and charging those phones. 70-mile-per-hour winds is no joke. No joke. Can definitely knock out power and put a 1.25-inch hail on that. You definitely don't want to get caught in this storm outside. And no problem. Cat is on the balcony and you were worried. Understandable. I would still take your cat off the balcony just in case, because you never know. Sometimes these lightning bolts can extend out from a thunderstorm, so I would still take them off there just in case. But it's not my cat, it's your cat. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I would do. Yeah, still no extension of the tornado warning just yet. Oh, looks like Vince might have a view of the bottom of this storm here. He is getting closer. Can't quite make out the bottom just yet. It's a nice little God rays coming out from the sun there through the clouds. Very cool. Yeah, Vince is making his way up there. It'll be interesting to see what this storm does. I mean, this is our first, like, isolated... okay, there goes that tornado warning. So now we have 0 tornado warnings again. So let's go over everybody's severe thunderstorm warnings. So we have this severe thunderstorm warning up here near Kansas City. Right here where you see those lighter blues and those darker blues. That is where the most intense winds are with that storm. It just went south of Gladstone and is going just to the north of Kansas City towards Clay Como. And Independence. But yeah, the storm is not really too big of a hail threat. There is some small hail in there, 0.75 inch. And 60-mile-per-hour winds. So again, indoors and away from windows for that one. We've already gone over this one. Let's come back down here, give an update for the folks here in Woodward. Looks like that hail threat is really dying down with this storm. As of the latest scans, let me just check it. Yeah, really dying down. Sometimes these storms pulse, but I do see a lot of rain cool air out in front of it, which might really be impacting the storm's ability to do much here, but we'll keep an eye on it. But as of right now, it's mainly just 60-mile-per-hour winds is possible there for Woodward, Oklahoma. And then up here in the northern panhandle of Texas, the northeastern panhandle, we have this one. Not really too big of a hail threat, but a damaging wind threat. Still moving through Canadian. Gem is going to be next in line, and Dreyfus still. And then just to the north and east of Amarillo, still got this guy here with 60-mile-per-hour winds, still heading towards Channing, Texas. Let's check around here. We have these storms now in the north part of Georgia. They're still trying out here. Just went through Dalton. Next to the line is going to be Chatsworth there in northern Georgia. And then we have... Are these actually in Maine? No, they're just exiting Maine. These severe thunderstorms. And yeah, we still have a little line here of storms. Not expecting them to become severe or too much of a problem out here for Maine, but we'll keep an eye on it. It should be, that instability out there should really be waning right now. And I think that's it. Anything happening in Florida? Nope. All right. Alrighty then. So yeah, we'll just kind of do a zoom out over here. Oh, is Vince getting a view of the storm? Kind of. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. It's still kind of far away from the storm, but I mean, it's still impressive looking from a distance. That is probably the mesocyclone of this storm that was just tornado warned. As Vince is getting closer and closer to this storm. Finally, impressive looking storm. How's Chicago right now? Chicago is pretty good. Chicago's doing pretty well. I can double check on it. It shouldn't be there. They're not the risk for today. See if there's any rain out there, though. Yeah, nothing really in the mix for Chicago. Let's check on the latest here. Yeah, still seeing a pretty outflow dominant storm. Not a whole lot of rotation with it as of right now. Still keeping an eye on it. Sometimes these storms can go through these mergers and then eventually, you know, latch on to a new boundary, and sometimes that can increase the rotation, or you know, you can get some increased lower level shear. You know, where the inflow of the storm is at this moment, you know, is definitely, you know, still kind of isolated. It's a little bit semi-discrete. It's a little bit part of this line and a little outflow boundary here, an outflow boundary here. But it's still got access to that warm and moist air, or whatever's left of it. But yeah, that's the latest there. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, still a 70-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Colony right now. You saw lightning on the cam? Nice. Yeah, we should see a lot of lightning on the cam. Oh, coffee. That's what you were talking about. So that's a county. Okay. Sorry about that. I was like, what do you mean Coffee, Kansas? But this is Coffee County. Yeah, I never know the counties. It's like literally impossible to remember all counties. But yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Sorry about that. Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully today's pretty tame. I'm still a little doubtful on you know, how this will progress, but we shall see. NATOcast died. What happened to NATOcast? I keep hearing like a wind noise. Are y'all hearing a wind noise? Where's that coming from? Oh, it's coming from this cam. Okay. I was like, what the heck? Okay. Yeah, it's coming from one of the cams I had up. What are we doing over here? Texarkana, Texas. Let me check that out for you. Texarkana, Texas. You guys are south of the wrist today. And check the storm to the south of that one. Warned, please. Which one is that? Beard Team 6. This one? South of this one? There's multiple different ones that are warned. This one? I'm assuming. I just want to make sure I have the right one for you. New mesoscale discussion? Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, I got a new mesoscale discussion over here. Oops, let's set this up really quick. We always do a really good job on setting up everything before a stream starts, don't we? New mesoscale discussion, increasing thunderstorm development, including organized clusters, posing a risk for severe wind throughout 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. There. Oh, I just remembered that my time now is... Oh, it's back to Central Time. All right, we'll take that. Yeah, the one Vince is on, south of that. Okay. Yeah, this one right here is kind of a baby thunderstorm here, just rain and thunder as of right now. Coming over to the echo tops, let's try to check on that though. Yeah, it does have some pretty high echo tops, so it's probably trying to get itself organized at this very moment. And you know, it's kind of all by itself down here, so I don't see a reason why it wouldn't do anything unless we've really tapped out all of that instability in the atmosphere with these storms from earlier, which I'm still trying to figure out if that's going to be a problem today. Technically, it should be, but you never know. Sometimes you get a recovery that is not quite evident. So, you know, we're going to keep watching it. Could definitely go severe warned, but it's still kind of in its earlier stages here. Check the Illinois storm, sure. And we got some storms out here in Illinois. So far, not severe. I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation with these ones just yet. Not really expecting much. I think there's a small tornado risk out here, so you can't necessarily rule it out. Let me just double check. Yeah, there's a small 2% tornado risk in southern Illinois. Associated here with these storms. Not seeing yet a whole lot of concerning rotation with them, though. They're not even severe warned at this moment, mainly just heavy rain and lightning at this moment. But, you know, if we get a severe thunderstorm warning out here, I'll definitely let you guys know. Oh, yeah. Vince is nearly on the storm. Holy moly. Are we gonna get one of these alien ship mesocyclones? Oh, I sure hope so. Man, look at all that lightning. Wow. Holy moly. This thing is pretty active in terms of this cloud to ground lightning. I think we're about to see a beast of a mothership with this storm. Either that or a really nice, impressive outflow boundary. I think it may be. It's also got a lot of lightning, so although it doesn't look particularly too strong on radar, it does have a decent amount of lightning and 70-mile-per-hour winds. What about Kentucky? Kentucky's threat is mainly for tomorrow, I think. Let me just double check. I need to get that off there. There we go. Pressing the wrong buttons. I don't know why this threat went away like that. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is mainly for tomorrow going into the early morning hours for a lot of Kentucky. But yeah, we're expecting this thing to potentially produce or organize as an MCS here and cause potentially some damaging winds, maybe some spotty power outages out there, and but that's mainly what we're expecting out there. Also, a small chance for tornadoes along the line as well. That's going to be way in the early morning hours. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the closer and closer he gets here, the better the storm is looking. Holy moly. What a beautiful view. Wow. So there's an electrically active storm as well. It's just going to get better and better the closer he gets. We'll keep popping over to him once every now and then. Yeah, let's go check to see if there's any rotation on any of these storms. Yeah, still not a whole lot just yet. Still pretty outflow dominant. You can actually tell on Vince's stream that it's outflow dominant, and I can tell you guys why. Here, we'll come back over to here and I'll show you. So you can see that shelf cloud there. That is an indication that this storm is gusting out a lot of rain-cooled air out from underneath it, and that is rushing out ahead of the storm, cutting off the inflow of the storm currently. So, not a whole lot of that warm, moist air can really sneak its way in there, but we're watching to see if we can get an intrusion of that still. I mean, it still has a chance, but you can see it's pretty outflow dominant right now. But yeah, not seeing a significant uptick in rotation just yet with this storm. But the good news is that if there is any, and this thing is trying to produce a tornado again, we do have a professional storm chaser, Vince Welty, who is a storm chasing veteran. So that is good news. That's the good news. All right, let's see if we can get this. Just do a quick little refresh for Vince, just in case that'll help. There we go. Yeah, that's the latest there. Let's go check on this storm over here. Yeah, I think those winds are dying down just a little bit as they approach Atherton and Independence here, just to the north and east of Kansas City. Still potentially up to 60-mile-per-hour winds, though, there. These storms over here near Ottawa, very messy. Very messy up there. Still not expecting those to go severe anytime soon. It's like Vince is going into a data hole just as he's approaching, getting a really good view of the storm. Hopefully that clears up here shortly. But yeah, over here near Woodward, still have this storm. Still looking rather weak in terms of the hail right now, but still could potentially have those 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Woodward. And then this one over here is still going through Canadian. So not much has changed there. Higgins needs to be indoors and away from windows. And then this one here is really the one that's moving and got 60-mile-per-hour winds with it heading towards Channing. Holy moly. Wow. This storm is got some structure to it. Holy moly. Kind of reminds me of like the storms that like roll in into the Gulf Coast, except like twice as powerful. But yeah, this is still a decent sized storm, as you could tell. Got a nice shelf cloud under there, so probably some damaging winds still in this storm as that outflow rushes out in front of it. Oh, looks like we lost service there for Vince. Let's try to get a refresh just to make sure. Yeah, looks like we officially lost service there, unfortunately. Yeah, the storm that Vince is on right now is this one. Has 1.25 inch hail and 70 mile-per-hour winds. It does seem like it's trying to sneak a new inflow as of this latest scan. And seeing a small area of increased gustier winds on this on the outflow here. But so far, not seeing any convincing uptick just yet of rotation with that storm. Let's try to give Vince one more refresh here. There we go. I don't know why I have to do that manually. But yeah, that's this storm. So going from the radar, zooming in to look at what the storm looks like, that's what it looks like. Looks nasty under there. Not really. I mean, the winds are definitely strong with this, but it's, you know, nasty. I hate that word, nasty. You know, definitely want to be indoors and away from windows. Good news is that this area doesn't look too populated. Yeah, this is really getting annoying having to refresh Vince 1,000 times. We might switch it back over to his other thing because I don't have this problem too much when I use his other thing here. So let me find that. Can't find any of my old messages. There we go. We're gonna have that little his little banner on there, but it's better than nothing. I really don't want to mess with having to try to refresh it all the time because I can't focus on that like at all during the stream. So we're going to switch over to this one here. There we go. I think this is the right one. Hey, thank you. It's your boy Dev for becoming a EF1 member. Thank you very much. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for It's Your Boy Dev. I do appreciate it very much. Yeah, so that will come up instead of us having to refresh. Okay. Yeah, we're going around looking at the storms. Yeah, still not a whole lot of rotation with these as of right now. Yeah, still pretty outflow dominant storm at this very moment. Yeah, when we switch over to here, here, you know, instead of it being like a clear feed down here, there'll be the seethestorm.net, but at least we don't have to refresh. Does seem like he's going through a rather poor cell phone service though. All right, let's go check back over here. Looks like they did extend this severe thunderstorm warning for May and Buffalo. This is mainly for 60-mile-per-hour winds. That 0.75-inch hail is still possible with this storm as well. They canceled this severe thunderstorm warning near Canadian. And then we still have this one approaching Channing, Texas. Nothing has changed on that one. Still the same wording with that. Coming back, checking up on this severe thunderstorm that went through Chatsworth. Just don't have an extension on it just yet. It's still not anything going up there in Maine. Looking at this severe thunderstorm warning near Kansas City. If you live in Independence, it's like that storm's about to make it through. And then next in line is Blue Springs there. Still not seeing too much there. Looks like they're extending this down to the south and east now. That is going towards Iola there in Kansas. It's got the tornado possible tag with a 1-inch hail and 70 mile-per-hour winds. That's the latest. You have 15 more hours to members. Oh no. He tagged me on Twitter. Let me see. Did you tag me or send me a message? I'm not seeing any tags on Twitter right now. Oh, finally got a clear view again from Vince. So this is what that storm right now with the tornado possible tag heading towards Iola, Kansas is looking like right now. And yeah, it's definitely still got a beefy look to it. Really not seeing a wall cloud underneath it right now. Still appears to be elevated and outflow dominant at this very moment. Still lots of lightning with it though. Oh yeah, very nice structure on Vince's stream. I mean, unfortunately, whoa, and a lot of CG, which is cloud to ground lightning, on his stream as well. But yeah, very nice structure with this storm, to say the least. Very, very cool, but very dangerous storm. Again, still has 70 mile-per-hour winds, which can easily cause power outages. So in Iola, still wants you to be in your safe spots. What is going on down here? Better view of this storm. Okay, so this one is in a radar hole. We're gonna have to use multiple radars. Whoa, look at that. It froze right when that lightning bolt struck. Holy moly. That was pretty cool. Okay, so that one kind of shows what this one is, or this one is showing, which would be anticyclonic. Unfortunately, this one down here is in a radar hole. Hello, Lola. Welcome. Hey, it's all good. So the mothership is landing. Yeah. It seems like every time the lightning strike, it messes with his cell phone signal, which is very interesting. I bet you if you could wrap something around the cell phone thing that to block maybe the frequency. I don't know if it's no, never mind. That wouldn't work. But yeah, wow. I don't know. There's not much more else to say about this storm other than it's crazy. That is definitely a stronger storm there. Yeah, this is Vince Welty's view of the storm right now. And as you can see, you know, clearly, definitely a strong storm. This one maybe a little bit of an inflow tail starting to form there. Yeah, so not a whole lot to note. Come back up over here to Kansas City, where the winds still kind of seem to be dying down. You can see they were stronger earlier. Still some gustier winds in there south of Atherton. Next in line is going to be Lake City there near Kansas City. Get some water in me. A little update on this storm. Still going up to the north towards May and Buffalo. Things really changed with this. Still 0.75 inch hail and 60 mile-per-hour winds. This one's starting to gust a little bit more here near Channing. It's like it's probably about 5-10 minutes out from Channing there. Hydration is a good thing, yeah. Definitely is. We have a new severe thunderstorm watch. Let me check in with it. I don't get severe thunderstorm watches on my Twitter. There we are. This is the new severe thunderstorm watch here. A couple tornadoes are possible. Scattered hail up to ping pong ball sized, likely. And scattered gusts of up to 70 miles per hour likely as well. If you live in Pittsburgh, Joplin, Springfield, Branson, West Plains, Fort Leonard Wood, Village Four Seasons, and Sedalia there in Missouri, I need to continue to be weather aware as this is coming eventually. Starting off over here, obviously in Kansas, and then those storms are going to make their way eventually into Missouri. Looks like they allowed the severe thunderstorm warning up here expired, which is not surprising, given the fact that those winds died down so much. Not a whole lot to talk about right now, guys. Again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am still skeptical on this event, just given the fact that we had all of this, and we still have prefrontal or like crapvection ongoing out here. So still skeptical. We're gonna keep watching it though. We're not gonna go anywhere. Still not seeing any dangerous areas of rotation redeveloping. In Gainesville, Missouri. Yeah, apparently. The high's like 82 tomorrow, so hopefully the storms don't have fuel for you. Hopefully not. Where are you at again? Grogu? Yeah, we can look at Louisville, day 2 and day 3. Let's come over to the big screen for that. Or you said day 1 and day 2. Okay. So Louisville, you guys are going to be getting you guys going to be getting a little line of storms potentially in the morning hours there for Louisville today. And then going into tomorrow, you guys are half of Louisville is in a marginal risk, and the other half is in a severe thunderstorm risk. I mean, sorry, not a severe thunderstorm risk, a slight risk, or 2 out of 5. So, you know, definitely want to be weather aware out there. For tornadoes, you're not in a tornado risk. You are half in and half out on the wind risk, and not really in a hail risk. So it's mainly just a damaging wind threat for you. Yeah, rather large, 2% for tornadoes. Goes all the way from Tennessee up into Wisconsin and northern Illinois through Indiana. And then we got a 5% risk over here for Washington, Baltimore, Frederick, and Dover. We might go live for that tomorrow. depending on how the voice is after tonight's stream. Tonight's stream is short. We'll definitely go back live for that tomorrow. Hello, Storm Runner Media. Didn't you storm chase today? By the way, guys, please stop spamming Jackson. You're spamming again. If you do that, I will time you out. You already know the deal. Just because it's been a while doesn't mean I don't remember the amount that you spam. Other people want to talk in chat, and your spam is preventing that. Remember, type full sentences, Jackson. I know you can do it. Latest scan here, still not seeing any real increase of rotation with these storms just yet. Again, just in case you guys weren't here for it, this severe thunderstorm warning has expired, and the main thing right now for Kansas City is near Olaf and Belton do have some rain moving in there and some lightning. Looking really messy, and these storms are about to merge. So I think it's going to be a while until we see something pop up here for like a tornado threat. But those damaging winds are still in this storm, up to 70 miles per hour. And again, Iola, you're next in line for that. Regina. That is a good pun. What's the storm looking like for Rolla, Missouri and St. James, Missouri? According to the HRRR, it looks like... Let's go look at that really quick again. The latest here from the HRRR. So Rolla, I think is, yeah, over in this region here. Your threat's going to be like probably around like 12 or 1. And you can see these storms kind of stay messy until about 8 to 9 p.m. And then they work their way into Springfield, Missouri, as a stronger line of storms there. And then Rolla, according to the HRRR, is going to be hit or miss. But there is a possibility there at around 11 and then 1 a.m. So definitely want to be weather aware out there. There is a big hail risk today, and also, or not a big one, but you know, there is a hail risk today and a damaging wind risk. Okay, Jackson, I'm timing you out, buddy. All right, but yeah. So that's what you can expect over there in Rolla. Does anybody else have any questions in terms of timing? Let's go see what Vince is doing while we wait. Yes, J-Will, they are already severe. And they will probably be continue to be severe for a little bit until that instability wanes. It's like Vince is under that outflow boundary now. You kind of see the updraft of the storm off in the distance there. Okay, so we got some Kentuckians here. So let's come back over to here so we can look at the big view. We'll put Vince on the small view here, just so y'all can still see him. But let's see here. So let's go over to the 18Z, since we got to go all the way out to Kentucky. So for Kentucky, it's a pretty big downtrend, actually. The latest 18Z is a pretty big downtrend. There's a small chance, a smaller chance now, for severe weather out there. Still possible. I mean, this MCS that forms on the southern side, that was supposed to be it. But it looks like that's a little bit further south and a little bit weaker. Now, this isn't a guarantee, right? This could still confirm as what the last model run was, but you know, right along this leading edge here could be some damaging winds as they make its way into Bowling Green by around 6 a.m. Louisville and northern Tennessee near Cookville as well. Yeah, Judy, these storms are coming close to you over there. We'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, and then as this, let me go over to here. There we go. Thank you, Judy. Sorry, you donate so much. I read your message and that was it. But thank you, Judy, for the $15 donation. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Judy. She is a big supporter of this channel. Give her a thank you as well, because again, it is extremely helpful when you guys do donate to the channel. So I do appreciate it. So everybody, make sure you're telling her thank you, as it does keep the channel alive for that much longer. All right. So latest over here. So yeah, this moves through central Kentucky, like Louisville area by 8 a.m. And then, you know, again, none of these are guaranteed to be severe. Some of them could be. It's going to be hit or miss. But, you know, some gustier winds, some rain is probably the most likely thing you'll see out of this line. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a southerly like dip here, and that MCS is just not as strong as it was on some of the earlier model runs. Like when I did my forecast, there's actually a decent line of storms that exited out of Missouri into Kentucky. That's not really the case anymore, and that's probably because of that lack of instability we're going to have because of that little MCS that came through earlier, like in the Nashville and northern Alabama region earlier today. Which probably sapped out some of that instability. But yeah, that's the latest there. Let's come back over here. We'll check on Judy's storms. But yeah, it looks like these storms are still... Hey, but isn't it nice, Judy? We're actually live when there's a storm near you. But yeah, just to the north of Woodward, these storms are moving up to the north close to Buffalo, but these ones should make it just off to your west. But this whole little complex here of rain and thunder and lightning is moving your way, so that will eventually be into your region. So we'll keep checking back with it, of course. Still pretty strong winds heading into Channing here, up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, Channing still needs to be indoors and away from windows. Have a new little severe thunderstorm warning with this storm, which has popped up south of Lake City there in Kansas, moving down to the south and east as well. That'll be interesting. Yeah, I also got to watch this outflow boundary and see how it interacts with these storms as well. Oh, looks like we've got a new severe thunderstorm watch for you there, Judy, as well. That's for Wichita, Woodward, Elk City as well. Enid, Ponca City, Stillwater there, and in Oklahoma. Also Winfield, Derby, Wichita, El Dorado, Hutchinson, and Emporia. Latest update, looks like they have updated the severe thunderstorm warning now to 60 miles an hour. Man, this storm is really messy right now there. So we'll come over to this Wichita radar and just kind of split the difference in between the storms right now. Oh wait, we're looking at the wrong radar here, so let's move this one to here. Kind of like that. And we'll switch back over to the teeny tiny one over here. Perfect. Yeah, still kind of messy as of right now, these storms are, so it's kind of a waiting game. Are you fine on Mars? Yeah, I don't think you guys have any risks for like the rest of y'all's existence out there for rain. It can, Lil Fern, it can. It just depends on how long. Also, when is the 10K special? It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. That is a pretty complex thing to pull off, and you know, if we're gonna continue to have 5% every single freaking day, then it's gonna be a pretty long while. Like if this is gonna be kind of like last winter and then plus, you know, with the severe weather just not ending all summer, then yeah, it's gonna be a long time. It's my favorite TV show. Scrubs. Still Scrubs. And then maybe Game of Thrones. Uh, 5 days, Jackson. I am not singing a song. Y'all must be getting bored if y'all are thinking I'm gonna start singing. Oh wow, look at the storm now. A lot of blue colors in there. It's probably from that hail refracting the light a little differently. Yeah, those storms are merging right now. Awesome. So Vince is just going to take over the stream here, and I'm just going to sit back. Oh, man. Concert? What the heck? I don't even make music. How would I even begin to do a concert? I don't know, I'm making any sense. Yeah, as this merger takes place, we're going to keep an eye out for like increased area of rotations. But as of right now, that this storm's going to be pretty messy here. I am not going to sing. Not even for $2. Someone donates $100, I'll sing. Not for $2. I need a little bit more money than that to embarrass myself. But I do appreciate the $2. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for It's Your Boy Dev. It does help out the channel tremendously. See what the warning is on this storm now. Okay, so they upped this warning now to 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that is still heading towards Buffalo there in Oklahoma. And then for Channing, it looks like that wind or that gust front went through there. Still warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Not really seeing anything on radar that is suggesting otherwise. So still got this storm just to the east of Medicine or west of Medicine Lodge. Still heading towards Eldridge and Hardner. And they just extended this severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail that is going to be going towards Pittsburgh, Girard, and Fort Scott. So that's going to enter into Kansas here after that severe thunderstorm warning gets extended. Did I say Kansas? Missouri? I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be the Vince from view for a while since it's getting dark out there. This will help us see the rotation in the storm. It is super helpful that he has the see-through here, or the infrared. Watching from Iowa. All right. Well, welcome. Yeah, not a whole lot going on right now. Is there still that severe thunderstorm warning in Georgia? Nope. But yeah, see these storms that exited Maine. Some of them are severe warned, like over here for Nova Scotia. I don't know what part of Canada this is. But it looks like they haven't extended that one just yet for Canada. Yeah, that's how you know it's a kind of a slow period of the storms, is if I'm looking at Canada. The tornado risk is 5% and 2% for tomorrow, and the 5% is located around the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore areas. New Brunswick, okay. It's lightning in southwest India is crazy. It's so bright, it's lighting up the window with the lights, and it's cloud to ground. Interesting. Let me check out that storm again, because none of them are severe right now, but yeah, lots of lightning with it, though. Lots of lightning, especially over here near Carmi and Grayville. Not severe right now, but definitely some stronger storms for sure. Environment Canada always warns things that don't need to be warned. They do. They're kind of inexperienced up there, but you got to give them time. I mean, they sometimes get severe weather, but you know, this year was a pretty active year up there for Canada. You know, they'll eventually work it all out. They just need more time to learn. Yeah, so when it gets dark out there, like you probably wouldn't be able to see any of the structure of the storm unless he was in this black and white view. So it's pretty helpful. There better not be a sunset happening right now. All right, guys, can you please keep the weather discussion or the discussion in chat weather related, please? Like it's fine to joke around a little bit, but to just do it constantly, come on. Somewhat weather related. It doesn't have to be 100% weather related. I'm okay with, you know, joking around here and there, but doing a Rick roll and spamming in chat is going too far. Oh, wow. So that's what it looks like. It's not that dark. I don't know why he's turning that on. It's not dark enough to turn on the infrared. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Still got a little bit of shelf cloud action. Like this hail core is getting a little bit more intense here north of Woodward. Let me go check on some things. Echo tops. Oh, yeah. That's a tall thunderstorm. Oh, wow. We just got a tornado warning. For where? In Minnesota. Interesting. Is this observed? Radar indicated. Huh. All right. Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation at all. But if there was any, it would be right in this region. And there's no cities in the path. So if you live south of Wyndham, you need to be in your safe spots and just to the west of Bergen. You just saw it on Twitter? Okay. That's what I was thinking. It's not confirmed. If you saw it on Twitter, tag me. I want to see it. Sometimes with these storms, you don't really need a whole lot of rotation, and this is going to be a beautiful example of that if this is a tornado on the ground. Maybe land spout. I don't know. Not a, you know, there's really not a supercell here, so could be land spout. You see your leaves moving? First little breeze all day. How hot is it over there? It was super hot in Alabama today. Then we got a nice little rain shower. Cooled everything down. You tagged me on Twitter? Alright, let me look. I don't understand. People tag me on Twitter, but I don't see them. Is this it? Oh, yeah. $7:15. Dude, this was 45 minutes ago. And they just now tornado warned it? Near Kinbray, Minnesota. They must have gotten some sort of report, like a new report that this thing's about to drop. But yeah, that was definitely a tornado. So I just put it in chat. That is the tornado that was on the ground here in Minnesota about 45 minutes ago. Let me see where Kinbray is. So that was back here. That wouldn't have even been this storm. Very interesting. I wonder if we have like another report. Yeah, no recent report on that. But yeah. So check back in with these other thunderstorms. Yeah, these ones are continuing to be very messy here. Still not a whole lot of rotation with that. So let's come back and look at these. No rotation with those. Yeah, this is such an interesting situation. These storms are moving like this, and this one's moving like this. And these little boundaries will collide. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Yes, we are in quite the radar hole. But no, sometimes with these kind of tornado warning or tornadoes up here, you know, you don't really need a whole lot of rotation. But, you know, if you don't have like a spotter on the ground that's reporting something, you probably won't know it exists. I mean, how do you confirm this rotation as anything? Especially if you don't see a debris ball. Because if, you know, if that was the case, they would be warning every little tiny area of rotation, and we would have what appears to be like 5 to 6 tornado warnings with this line. But yeah, that's just not going to be helpful to anybody to do that. But there's a little bit of rotation with this thing. So this is probably similar to what happened earlier, which is why they're warning it. But again, luckily there's not too many people that live out here. But if you live south of Windham and to the east of or west of Bergen, Minnesota, you still need to be in your safe spots. Radar indicated right now, but we'll keep monitoring for new reports. New day one outlook, 5% was kept. Interesting. It didn't look that strong to me. Looked like one of those tornadoes that looks like it's strong, but it's probably actually pretty weak. But we'll see. Almost a wedge? No, not even close. And wedge means the storm is bigger than it is bigger wide than it is tall, and you don't count the scud. You got to count the cloud base. So if there's a lot of scud above it, then you don't count that as the cloud base. You count the actual cloud base. And if you can't see it, you just can't even confirm it as a wedge, which it doesn't really matter if you can or can't confirm it as a wedge. Because it really doesn't matter. Although it is kind of annoying sometimes from like a weather analyst perspective. When people like falsely identify like tornadoes for views. It used to be that like wedges, like the word wedge was like kept for like actually like really strong tornadoes. But now almost every tornado is apparently a wedge, which I find funny. Yeah, I doubt that, RG5. Do I remember December 21st tornado outbreak? Yes. That was probably the same day everybody became aware that weather on YouTube was a thing. Yeah, latest scan here. Still have a little bit of rotation right here in this part. I'm still not overly concerned about this storm, but you know, we're looking for those reports just in case something comes up here. This is definitely the weakest looking storm I have ever seen in be tornado warned on radar, though. Yeah, you can just call it a large cone. I mean, most things that get called wedge tornadoes are large cones. Did I cover weather on December? No, I did not. Gonna be live tomorrow. Just depends on what happens today. You know, if it's a nice short live stream, then I will probably go live for tomorrow. My voice is still struggling, though. See if we have any cams in this area. Really doubtful, but never hurts to check. No, we don't. Yeah. If there's anything happening with the storm, it's right in that region still, south of Wyndham. Again, if you live south of Wyndham, you still need to be in your safe spots. And this song is much louder than all the others. Holy moly. Not sure that I... Yes, actually, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Judy. Let's go check on all these other storms again. Yeah, latest update with this storm, still 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail. So I'm not seeing any organized areas of rotation with it just yet. It really does seem like this is underperforming initially. At least than what I expected. So I do think that a lack of instability is starting to affect these storms a little bit. But we'll keep an eye on them. With this storm here, now has 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds with even a tornado possible tag on it. Seeing a whole lot of rotation with it. But if you live near Hardner, Kansas, this storm is packing a punch. Definitely want to be well indoors and way away from those windows, as hail, a 2-inch hail moving at 70 miles per hour is no joke. But they also extended this warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail. They brought the hail down a little bit. That's going towards Buffalo, Freedom. You need to be indoors and away from windows. But that's the latest down there. Let's see what Vince is doing. Okay, Melba. Removing that comment. You can't be telling the entire state of Minnesota to go to their safe spots. You gotta be a little bit more specific. Hello, Carol. Yeah, probably. How are you? Hopefully you're doing all right. Not a whole lot going on right now. We do have this tornado warning, though, in Minnesota. Just no rotation on it. Watching out for those reports, though, because we did have a report from earlier that there was a tornado on the ground, and I'm sure it probably looked similar to this. So, again, just to the north of Bergen and just to the west of Bergen still needs to be in their safe spots there in Minnesota. Yeah, make sure those cars are in the garage, especially if you're in that enhanced risk. But, you know, I'm always apprehensive about saying that to people, because like lightning can strike out in front of storms sometimes, and also if it's too late for them and you tell them, if you say it too broadly, you'll get somebody run out there like right before the hail comes, try to get in their car, and then next thing they know, their car's getting pelted and they're trapped in their car trying to move into the garage. But in Hartner, you should still have like 2 minutes there in Kansas. I wonder if this cam can see anything. No. Well, that looks like a beach. Yeah, latest scan on this storm, I am still not seeing any rotation. But still looking out for those reports, just in case. Let me see if there's like a new report on this one. I wonder if this guy is on this storm. Let me see if he's got any new posts. Nope. Yeah, should have just been a little bit more specific. Still severe storms in Maryville, Tennessee. No. There's no severe storms in Tennessee at all. Look south of Joplin. Yeah, there's a storm down there near Nisho. It's a little baby storm. Certainly doing a lot of lightning outside. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's a severe thunderstorm. What about Missouri Rolla area? That is going to be later on today. But there's definitely a chance. Looks like that you guys did get removed out of that enhanced wrist. They did make the enhanced wrist a little bit smaller as of the latest update here. They still have the 5% tornado in that enhanced risk. In terms of severe weather later on today, it is possible. But as of right now, the storms are underperforming quite a bit than was expected. Even with the latest update. I mean, we were expecting some bigger hail, I guess, than 1 inch and a couple more areas of rotation than this. But we're still watching it. Still watching it. I do think that lack of instability is becoming a problem for the storms, though. So hopefully that continues. Yeah, still radar indicated here. No new indications that this is back on the ground, or this is on the ground, and then still no areas of rotation. Again, as you can tell, looking at this storm and then comparing it to the other rotations in this line, which there aren't, you know, you would need to warn literally every single square inch of this storm. So they must have had a report with this one, something on the ground that's just not showing up in this warning. So if you live north of Bergen, you need to be in your safe spot still, just in case. Hello, Stephanie. Yes, we meet again. What about El Dorado Springs in Missouri? Let me check. El Dorado Springs. Colorado? I'm just kidding. Probably spelling it wrong. Yeah, I definitely spelled that wrong. Let me try doing a copy paste. There we go. In El Dorado, it's like this line of thunderstorms is either going to go just to your south or right over you. Still remains to be seen if that, tornado threat will be present with this, because as of right now, really not seeing any areas of the storm that are really concerning me at this moment for rotation. But in terms of like damaging winds, potentially 1 inch hail is still possible with this line of storms in the immediate time. And, we'll be watching it to see how it develops over time. See if that, tornado threat will pick back up, or if it will just kind of be a meh kind of day. And we'll see. Let's check with this storm again. Yeah, very outflow dominant storm right now. Still 2 inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, heading near Aldred and Hardner. This storm over here, it's about to collide with that outflow boundary near Freedom and Plainview. And this one near Elk City, still pushing off to the north near Cheyenne, Strong City, but so you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Easily survivable. Shouldn't even really be scared about it. Just make sure you're just away from those windows and in the innermost or indoors, and you should be all right. All right, the storm's almost moved out of the tornado warning, and there is still not a whole lot of rotation with it. Let's check from this radar. Maybe this radar will tell us. No. That is a definite no. Yeah, we'll go up here and I guess wait for this to expire, I guess. Let's go look at Vince's screen here. Vince has a nasty shelf. I'm not seeing it. I must have missed it. I forgot the space. Ah, gotcha. Sorry, I just missed it. Gainesville, Missouri in the 5% tornado risk. Let me look. Gainesville, Missouri. Yes, Gainesville, Missouri is in that 5% risk for tornadoes. So definitely, and that's going to be like in the like midnight hours there. I usually don't go out more than like 2 to 3 days. So could be some strong storms today. Could also be some stronger storms tomorrow. But like, they're just gonna be average. Nothing out of the ordinary. Music's on. Turn it up a little bit if y'all want. That hail on Vince's camera? Probably not. I don't know. Can't really tell hail just by looking through a camera, unless it's big. Yeah, still not seeing a new area of rotation develop here. Unless we get a report coming here shortly. Are you stressed, Lola? Is Poplar Bluff gonna get hit bad tonight? Let me check. Poplar. Wait, how do I spell that? Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Yeah, it's possible. You guys are gonna be like early morning, so it won't be tonight. It'll be like 2 a.m. Maybe starting to see some weaker rotation pick back up with these storms. A little bit of weak, very weak rotation right now. But I am noticing that as the latest scan. Like they're extending this. Looks like they've downgraded this storm quite a bit here for 1.75 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds going towards Kiowa and Hartner still. This one over here near Judy still has 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Freedom. And this one down here near Elk City, I think just got a newly severe thunderstorm warned here for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that is heading towards Butler and Cheyenne. Phone broke, battery broke, and you can't charge it. Oh. Yeah, I can see how that could be stressful. Yeah, still looks like the storm is just about to exit out of this tornado warning, so they're probably about to expire it. See what we can see. A lot of lightning. That's about it. And a little bit Brandon. It's possible. I don't have real-time instability maps, unfortunately. Still no breeze. Drizzle stopped. Lots of lightning. Ground grumbles. Yeah. Sounds about right. We can always look at the models and the instability in the models. We can go over to here. This is the instability out there. See, it's going to be waning pretty quickly here. There's still a little bit there in the Joplin region. Yeah, that's going to dissipate quite quickly, though. Let me check the latest cap. We got a little bit of a cap up there. Not really, probably enough to really do too much. Surface-based cap, though, is... Yeah, these storms are probably going to be pretty elevated. Which is what we're seeing right now. These storms are struggling. Holy moly, they look weak. 1 HL 60 miles per hour. Still for Fort Scott, Girard, and Pittsburgh. Just because they look weak now doesn't mean they'll always look weak, though. I don't know why this changes colors. These watches here. All right, looks like they officially allowed that tornado warning up here in Minnesota to expire, which is not surprising. One inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds, which I wouldn't say is the weakest severe thunderstorm that you could get, but it's pretty low. So it's still, you know, stronger storm than like your typical run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. But in terms of like danger to human people in a house, not so much. In a like if you're outside with no house, then it is a big danger. Where's Vince at? He's this little green dot right here with a little tornado on it. He's right out in front of these storms right now. He's in the enhanced risk, ready to go, but not a whole lot going on there right now. We got baited with that tornado warning. I was going to sit there and watch for a while until we got a tornado warning. But, you know, we can't not go live for a tornado warning, especially when there's some kinematics out there for some tornadoes. So if we can, we try to. But yeah, it'll take a little while for these storms to really decide what they want to do here. There's still a little bit of instability out there. It's not a whole lot. And also, you know, it just seems like we're lacking a little bit of lower level shear at this very moment. See what this storm down here is doing. Yeah, still not doing too much there near Neosho. We'll keep our eyes on it. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Human people. Promise I'm not an alien. Is it just getting started or is it wrapping up? It's just getting started. Yeah, really the strongest severe thunderstorm warning we got right now is this guy. 1.75-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Kiowa, Hartner, in Kansas, and then Burlington and Cherokee in Oklahoma. And that hail is going to be located right here with this little purple area here. Why do you feel so tired of the storms? Probably because we've had a lot of storms. And it's not like the storms haven't been annoying. They've been annoyingly numerous. So, I mean, it does get old after a while, especially if, you know, you get hit over and over and over. Like, I think we've had like 12 straight days out here in northern Alabama with severe thunderstorms. So if you're not really a big weather fan, then I can see, you know, how that can get annoying. For me, I love it. Storm after storm after storm, never make it stop. But for some people, I can see how that can annoy them. Storm season has been exhausting. No kidding. No kidding. I can attest to that. I am utterly exhausted right now. Really can't see much on Vince's stream. Then he is driving, and there are headlights. And little flashes of lightning in there. Some interesting things happening south of Wichita here. A little outflow boundary. This one's also a pretty... Well, no, never mind. Yeah, near Elk City. This one is going through Elk City, Oklahoma right now. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. But it's like... yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, y'all. Help. Thank you, Diesel's grandma, for subscribing. I don't know what to say. And then just sit here. And I guess we'll just focus on this storm, I guess. Hey, they extended this for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. There we go. Some new news for Inglewood, Ashland, Coldwater Protection, and Buttermilk. That sounds like a delicious town name. Gonna eat your town. Getting dark here in southwest Missouri. Gonna be hard to see for sure, yeah. Yep. Oletho. I always wonder what, I guess, like, yeah. I always wonder, like, it's like if someone, I know my city name is, like, easy to pronounce, so I'm sure for, like, people where their town name is not easy to pronounce, it's, like, a thing you run into more, so I can see how that can, like, form into, like, a pet peeve. And I've always wondered, like, why people feel the need to correct me on that, because it's like when I'm zoomed in, right, it's like you see it. The only, like, you know to correct me because you know that I'm looking at your city. So, like, what's up with that? I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just wondering. Curious. Do I forecast during the winter? I do, yes. It says sometimes we have severe thunderstorms in the winter. Core. Gotcha. Am I making a winter forecast this year? No. I never make winter forecasts because they're lies for clicks. And they're extremely they are just, it's just a bunch of misinformation and lies. So no, I'm not making a winter forecast. Not into lying. Not to my audience. Not to my peeps. Just wondering when should things start spiking up with the tornadoes? The lower level shear should still be picking up out in this region. So, you know, really they should have already you know, I mean, we're kind of in that region, right? We're in the 5% zone, which means that there's shear present, that there is shear that is present. I mean, it's already 8:30, which is around when the models were indicating that some of the shear could be picking up with these storms. But like some things are just not aligning very well for these storms. These ones are going through mergers, so they're struggling, and they really don't have a lot of time before the instability really starts to wane. So we'll see. The strongest storm, like I said, right now is this one. 1.75 inch hail, and that is now entering into Kiowa and Hartner. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea, Elva. I just call you dork. No, I'm not gonna do that. Winter does what winter wants. Yeah, I mean, I'll do like short-term forecasts in winter, but I'm not going to do like a winter forecast in summer. It's just, I wish there was more, you know, general education about how that is just impossible. No one can make an accurate one. Especially this far out. But if I was smart financially, I'd do it. Because that's a great way to make a quick buck on YouTube, let me tell you. The amount of attention those winter forecasts get is crazy. But I am immune to that kind of thinking. I could give... Trying to be family friendly. I can give a darn. You know? This is so stupid. I don't know why people do that. And like do you guys like... That's another thing I wonder. Like, do you guys like ever... do you guys ever like fact check? Like hold your meteorologists accountable and weather analysts that you watch on YouTube accountable for like their long-term forecasts? Or do you just like, oh, the weather's hard to predict, but thanks for trying? Or like, what's the attitude around that? Lightning over Kiowa is crazy. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't call it crazy, but you know, it's definitely a decent amount of lightning for sure. All right, RG5. Well, if you don't have an active winner, then you better hold that person accountable. The thing is, like, one of the funnier things that I find is like especially like, I mean, meteorologists do this all the time. You know, random people on YouTube do this all the time. They'll like guess, right? Because that's all you're doing when you're predicting weather. You're just guessing to the best of your ability. You're guessing what will happen, right? And they say things, which they should, like saying could, maybe, should, it's possible, right? very few, experienced broadcasters will say definite words, or none of them will say definite because they're not definite. They're not 100% sure. And so, they're guessing, right? But then, like, when their guess becomes true, the next day they're like, "See, I told you." I told you. It's like, no, you guessed. You didn't tell us anything. They're like, I'm right. It's like, no, you weren't right. You guessed. I mean, I guess I guess you can guess and be right. I don't know. I just find it funny. Like, you weren't 100% confident. Yeah, I'm still not seeing any dangerous rotation with these storms at this very moment. But that's the latest. Not a whole lot of severe weather happening either. This little thing down here has been trying for the longest. South and east of Joplin here. Now this one has been downgraded to 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. I don't know which storm to focus on. They're all weak. Well, do we have any other storms? What are these storms doing over here? All right. I guess we'll just like do like the widescreen view here until something changes. You know what we might do? We might end this stream and then start back up if anything changes. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Is anybody else experiencing lag issues? Play a game. Yeah, no. Not playing any games. Try Culver's again. It's not a bad idea. I wish there's something to chase. I just go chase. Go chase to pass the time and then come back when the storms are actually needing coverage. As of right now, they don't need coverage. I mean, these storms right now, as long as you're indoors and away from windows, you're good. Just don't be outside. That's all I gotta say. If you're in a severe thunderstorm warning right now, don't be outside. I don't need to be doing radar analysis on rotations because there are none at this moment. So I'm just kind of like, well, we're in purgatory right now. So you guys just be patient, I guess. We'll see if anything happens. I'll just sit around and wait. It's something to watch. Fair enough. Any word on Minnesota? Nothing new yet. Just the fact that the tornado warning expired. Post my Twitter addy. Oh yeah, let me do this. Oh shoot. Twitter. Do a poll. All right, somebody think of a poll and we'll do a poll. Everybody put your poll ideas in chat and we'll do one. Midnight, it shows purple in the Twin Cities. What does that mean? Jesse, what do you want? What's up, Bubbas? You want a little treat? There you go. I'm not singing, guys. This is a weather channel. Stop. Oh my gosh. You guys are nonstop. Yeah, Keith. That's what a lot of people do in the Southeast as well. What zone of severe weather do I prefer? Marginal, slight, moderate, or high? Me personally, just depends on what I'm doing. Just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm storm chasing, high risk over like a field. That's like the best. Doesn't happen. So like just over like one small area where there's like not anybody. But if I'm like, you know, at my house, it depends. I really like shove clouds, so you can get those like whenever. So I don't really have like a preference, I guess. Forecast for tomorrow's severe weather. I mean, we could do that. All right, there's a poll. Shampoo, guys, what are these polls ideas? For Springfield, it's a 5% right now, which we're still monitoring it. But so far, haven't really seen any increase of dangerous rotation. I will say there's a small increase here of, I wouldn't really call it rotation right now, but there are like a couple little areas of like weak rotation in this area that, you know, I keep on seeing, but it's not enough yet to be like, I need to be paying attention to those right now. Shave the middle of my... Okay, you know what? We're not doing any polls. You guys have lost poll permissions. Understandable, Boom. The good news is, with these kind of caliber of thunderstorms, you know, as long as you're indoors and away from windows, there's nothing to fear. Although that loud lightning can be quite scary sometimes. How strong would these storms be when they get into Kentucky? It's gonna be hit or miss. It's gonna be really hit or miss. You'll either get a severe thunderstorm warning or you'll get some rain and lightning. You can't post unless you pay Blue $150 a year? What the heck? That sounds ridiculous. Shelf cloud or wall cloud? It's not a bad one. Storm enthusiast or storm anxiety? Okay, yes. I like that one. That's a good one. Finally. A good poll idea. Oh my gosh. They let the severe thunderstorm warning expire. What is going on over here? These storms are struggling. We now have 0 severe thunderstorm warnings in the enhanced risk. All we got left are these guys. What is happening? That's crazy. Will there be a tornado warning after everyone falls asleep? No, there's no reason to do a poll on that because that's just guaranteed. How much you want to bet Vince is doing the exact same that I'm doing, questioning life? It looks like Storm Enthusiast is winning. Boob says there are storm enthusiasts till a storm hits their house. I wouldn't call it a bust just yet, but it's definitely not starting off like it was supposed to. I mean, we had a tornado warning earlier. It just couldn't get the job. I mean, it couldn't get tight enough. It tried, but just couldn't do it. Which is ultimately good news, but it's like I don't know what to do when this happens and I'm still alive other than end my stream. And just wait. Which is probably what I'm gonna do. But I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit. You know what we could do? We could switch the stream over to like a members only stream and then just like have a little members only hangout sesh. And wait there. I don't know. I don't even know if I can do that though. Let me see. Privacy. I don't think that's a really good idea actually. Because I don't know how that will like affect the algorithm. So we're not gonna do that. Well, there's nothing to cover. All we're doing here is just hanging out. So but yeah, I don't know what it would do to the algorithm, so we'll just not do that. Calculus or statistics? Yeah, that's a great poll. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to check that out for you. Let me see if your slug name is for some reason banned. Man, we have banned so many bots since the beginning of my channel. Thank you, Laura, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Show 32 more. Oh yeah. Huh. I wonder if Blondie did that on accident. Or maybe I did it on accident. Or maybe it was Mr. Tot Fan. But yeah, it's banned. The original account's banned. I don't know why. But it's unbanned now. So your original account should be unbanned. Oh. Elvis says, please end the stream. Please, for the love of God, end the stream. There's nothing happening. What are you doing? Just end the stream. There he is. Sorry about that, help. I don't know what happened. Judy said both. Yeah, something's wrong with Missouri, man. I don't know. This is the second time this has happened in Missouri. It's weather modification. I'm just kidding. This is where they're practicing that device they've all been talking about on that one YouTube video with 5 views and 3 likes. How do I like my steaks? I like them medium rare with A1 sauce. Check out these storms. I'm just flabbergasted. Oh, we got a severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. Over here with this storm. Look at this. Something's happening. If you live in Miami, Oklahoma, Peoria, Commerce, you need to be indoors and away from windows. Check on these storms to make sure we got no upgrades. Yeah, still the same. Looks like this is going to just miss Kiowa, though. And might go just to the north of this severe thunderstorm warning. And this guy up here, still traveling up towards cold water and protection. All right. Well, there you go. One little update. Oh, another update. We got another severe thunderstorm warning down here. Oh, they lowered the hail. Okay. So 60-mile-per-hour winds are the main threat with this. Again, and Clinton, New Cordell, and Weatherford got to be indoors and away from windows, and you'll be perfectly fine. The only reason you wouldn't be perfectly fine is if you weren't indoors and away from windows. If you're outside, you're risking your life. You know, it's crazy. I was filming the storm over here in northern Alabama, and there's these golfers. Like, they just completely ignored everything. Like, we paid through the severe thunderstorm warning, and it was fine. It's like, all right, fair enough. Kiowa. What do I keep saying? All right, Mr. Top Fan. See you later. See ya later. Joined Blue. No! Why'd you join? Judy, they got you. What are you doing? Never pay to post things publicly. It's a waste of money. But I appreciate the $5. I appreciate the $5 donation, but still, don't pay Elon. It's a scam. Just use Facebook or join the Discord. You can join the Discord for free. Don't pay for Twitter. That's just ridiculous. I would cancel it and then call your credit card company and be like, somebody did that, not me. And just cancel it. Cancel the transaction if you still have time. I got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Near Etna and Deerhead and Gur Lane. Oh, another severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, so things are happening. Okay, we have stuff to talk about. What did hail 60-mile-per-hour winds? Yeah. If you live in Wentworth, Pierce City, Jolly, Granby, and Neosho, you need to be indoors and away from windows. Check back over at these storms. Yeah, not a whole lot happening there just yet. All right, we'll switch over to this view. No, this view. A little zoom out. All right, we're ending the poll. Does anybody want to do a new one? Hello, James Weatherman, or James Weather. Hello. Sounds like a grifter. He's just weird, man. He's just weird. He's a liar too. He said, I'm buying Twitter in order to ensure that we can have freedom of speech, but then I'm going to make you pay for that speech. That's not freedom. Paying is the opposite of free. It's just weird. Members only? No. I'm probably going to end the stream soon. Unless something, really starts. And then we'll just wait. Because I gotta save my voice as much as possible. I mean, I do like hanging out with you guys, though. Which is why I've stayed live for so long. If something doesn't pick up here shortly, we're going to end the stream and just put it back on conditional mode. Just wait. He's just a weird guy. That's all it is. He's not some super genius. He's not, he's just a weird guy. That's all it is. He's got like just way too much money. Time am I going live tomorrow? I'm not exactly sure. Can I hang out on Discord? Maybe for a little bit after the stream. I'm still not like convinced yet that like I should end, but I mean, these storms are just not doing what they were forecasted to do just yet. Oops. Yeah, these storms near Springfield, mainly just heavy rain and lightning. And then these ones back here could potentially have 1 inch hail in them. And 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, too much early morning convection. That could totally be it. That's something that I noticed at the beginning, or said at the beginning of the stream. That could be a possibility. And it does kind of seem like it's, hindering these storms' abilities to really do too much here. So hopefully that's the saving grace for today. We'll see. Back over to spectator mode. It's kind of sitting here. What's morning convection? It's just essentially rain in the morning. In the afternoon. Stuff that's like not really expected. I don't know. All right. We're going to put this on conditional mode. If you live in these areas and you want weather updates, like if things start getting, dicey again, I didn't have to go live for too long, so my voice is still hanging in there somewhat. But yeah, don't let your guard down out here. I still do think, there's a chance these storms can do something, but I'm not going to sit here and waste my voice on storms that are easily survivable as long as you guys aren't being stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't go outside when you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, please. We've already had 3 deaths over here in Alabama because people did just that. So let's be smart. These aren't these are just be indoors and away from windows, please. But yeah, if things start to pick up here, then I will go back live. But as of right now, there's not much I can do. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Also, thank you everybody for the donations. I do appreciate it. Also, if you did subscribe during this stream, thank you for subscribing. And yeah, you know, if you're new to the stream and you haven't subscribed yet and you live in these areas, I would suggest you subscribe, as that's going to be the best way to be notified if I do have to go live today. I'm basically going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now, except I won't have to talk. I'll be sitting here looking at the radar, waiting for stuff to happen. But yeah, I mean, if it picks back up, we'll go back live. And that's the plan. No members, no. I need to keep my voice from getting too exhausted. Thank you, Erev. But yeah, I will see you guys potentially later or tomorrow is the plan. So see you then.